first one I would tell you would be Getting Naked. That's Pat Lencioni. A second book would be Essentialism. And I'm sorry, but I don't remember the author's name, but it's all about only doing the things that are most important and saying no to everything else. That's really life-changing. And then the third book, I'll plug my own, that's Hyper Sales Growth, because it's solid in good times and tough times.
Three books I would recommend now is From the Ground Up by Howard Schultz, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, and Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. I love anything that Howard Schultz has written. Big fan of his. He's written 3 books, and they're all my top 3 favorite books. But it really just talks about what he's overcome, both in his personal and professional life, how generous he is to his employees, and what a social conscience he has for the communities in which his businesses operate and are successful. Building a Story Brand it'll just make you re-examine everything your business is doing from a marketing standpoint and a simplicity standpoint. Your website, your emails, your social media. It's fantastic for that. And Never Split the Difference is by Chris Voss, who's a former FBI terrorist negotiator. And he just gives some amazing practices that apply to our world.
The 3 must-read books during this particular time, I'm going to do 1 regular one and 2 sales. And of course, it would be a Jack Daly sales book or a John DiJulius book. But I would say, first and foremost, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I think that puts the whole situation in context. Then out of all the sales books I've read, 2 that I really, really like are Spin Selling by Neil Rackham and Let's Get Real or Let's Not Play by Mahan Khalsa. Spin Selling, I think, is a wonderful framework, not a technique, not paint by numbers, but a wonderful framework. I think there's I used to, early in my career, I did sales training and worked mostly closing deals of $100 million or larger. And some of the tips and ideas and information in Let's Get Real or Let's Not Play are applicable to any level of sales, but it's just got some like 8 or 10 major nuggets in there. And then Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning is probably one of the best books ever written. And he was a prisoner of war in Auschwitz. And it talks about how he made it through that and the mindset he created. I think you look at any, like a Bill Gates or anybody like that, it's always going to be in their top 3 or 5 because it really teaches you extremely important lessons from someone who actually went through it.